Today I'm going to show you this restored and remodeled home, 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, 2,613 square feet. This sits on the second largest lot here in Coral Ridge neighborhood in Fort Lauderdale. It is 21,000 square foot lot. Let me go ahead and show you this amazing Oasis sanctuary retreat where you can really unwind when you're not working. This pathway leads out to the backyard. There's actually one over there, so you can technically walk around the entire property. Let's go in. Right when you walk in, you have your atrium, so it's very nice in your foyer area. I want to take a moment and point out these amazing restored terrazzo flooring and the craftsmanship. So this is a trend here in Florida where a lot of homeowners are really bringing life back into this type of flooring. This was actually covered underneath 3 layers of tile. They have the fireplace here with a beautiful Brazilian marble, and this is your living room area. The way that the previous owners had it situated is they had couches here, just kind of couch, living room table, and then they had the television mounted kind of at an angle so you can hang out and watch TV here as well. And by the way, that fireplace is gas and functioning. This is your Florida room, and if you haven't noticed, there are windows everywhere. So this house is very bright and light. In fact, the windows are completely hurricane impact throughout the entire home. They do have the accordion shutters for double protection. Let me take you over to this beautiful kitchen. They have the Brazilian sapphire quartzite. And by the way, all this work was all done within the last 5 years. So even the kitchen itself was just about within 2 years ago. They have the beautiful European frameless cabinet drawers where you just grab it from underneath. So it's very sleek and modern. Bosch appliances, your convection microwave, as well as convection oven. You even have your wine fridge here. This beautiful tile as well on the flooring, your induction electric stove Bosch here, and then your Samsung as well. This is pretty neat because not only do you open it the traditional way, like so, but you can also, if you just want some water, there's an additional function right here. And if you didn't notice, this dishwasher is lifted, so that way when you're doing the dishes, you don't necessarily constantly have to bend over and end up injuring your back. Now let me show you the bedrooms. From the kitchen to this dining room area, you can even end up setting a bar over here if you wanted to, as well as the living room area. This is kind of the heart of the home where everyone flows through and congregates and hangs out because the 5 bedrooms are in different ends of the home. So behind me there's 2 bedrooms, one over here. In the middle between the 2 bedrooms is a bathroom that they both share, and then over here is the other bedroom, which I'll show you momentarily. Right over here, which again I'll show you shortly, is more of like a mother-in-law suite, or if you have guests, they have their own door so they can come and go as they please without having to come through the main door. And then there's 2 other rooms on the other end, the pool suite, which is the primary, in addition to a 5th bedroom, so that can end up being like an office or just a 5th bedroom. So let me go ahead and show you this one. So right here, this bedroom has a corner windows, which is pretty cool. It overlooks the atrium as well as all this amazing luscious landscape. So you really feel like you're in paradise in the tropical area. You're on vacation. So this is the room, again, terrazzo flooring. Over here is the closet, walk-in closet, and all the closets actually have built-ins, which is very nice. Now let me show you the bathroom that these 2 rooms share. So right over here, again, it was recently done within the last 5 years or so, probably 3 years. So here is the dual sink, mirrors, vanity. It's very clean, very aesthetic. This blue really pops out. It really reminds me of the ocean. And then this is a beautiful tile with its chrome. It has its waterfall shower head, all the chrome hardware, and then your glass door, and then there's the toilet. So this is the 2nd bedroom that shares this. Again, lots of windows, so here I can see the luscious landscape around. And this side of the home also have the mini split ACs, so in case maybe there aren't 5 of you, maybe there's only 2 or 3, and you don't necessarily want to be blasting air in here because it's sitting empty and you don't have any guests or friends or family visiting, you don't necessarily have to be, having that at 69 degrees. So here is the backyard, views of the backyard from here. And again, the walk-in closet with the custom built-in. So very spacious. Everyone has a great size closet. Now let me show you another side of the house, because this is a very large house, of course. Here's a linen closet. So down this hallway, back into the heart of the home. Over here is going to be the mother-in-law suite I was telling you about. So you kind of have your own little entrance. Here's doors. This is pretty cool. I know my mother would love it, and even my mother-in-law. Right here, they have their own little kitchenette. So they don't have to be bothered into going to the kitchen to grab a snack, grab a drink, maybe heat something up. They can even have a little coffee station here if they wanted to. Everything is just so well done in this home. And now this is the room. You're overlooking the front here. Here is the closet, again, with the built-ins. And then the bathroom over here, this is pretty cool. This is actually more of a light gray, black, the glass as well as white. So here is your shower with your large waterfall shower head shape there. And then, as I mentioned, you have your own separate entrance through here. And just a quick peek again, so you have the windows here. Now, even though this is facing the driveway, they did a really nice job of layering the plants in the front. So there's plenty of trees blocking from anyone looking in. Let's go ahead and check out the remaining of the home. All right, through this kitchen over here, we're gonna find the laundry area. There is actually another door here to go out to the pool area. So if you're coming out, need to grab some towels, especially because they were nice and fluffy from the dryer, because that is actually hooked up to gas. And they dry really fast. So someone doesn't necessarily have to be going through the entire house, dripping wet. They can kind of just come here. This house does have 5 separate entrance and exits throughout the home. So this is your washer and dryer, and then you have additional storage space there. Now down this hallway are going to be the 2 remaining rooms. Now this room can be used as an office or maybe a bedroom where you want someone closer to you in case they need anything. Someone you may be taking care of, but this would be a really great office setup. You could be here overlooking the front, and then you do still technically have your closet here with the built-ins as well. And then you also have additional window here for some more lighting. Now this is pretty cool because on this end, it's kind of like your primary wing, if I can say that. So over here, which we'll see in a second, is the pool suite, but over here is kind of like an extension of your room if you wanted that to be an office. Now here you do still have more closet space, and this house really has a lot of storage. So here's your closet with the cabinets. Here is your AC. The AC was actually just installed 6 months ago. And then over here you have additional storage. And there is actually an additional storage outside, which I'll show you, but I just want to show you how much there actually is inside. Now this is the 3rd bathroom. You have this adorable little sink here, and then you have your stand-in shower. This can actually act as a cabana bathroom because there is another door here that takes you out to the pool. So if you don't want to be dripping through the house to get here, you would just come through this door right into the shower. Now there is an additional closet right here, so if you do have a lot of crap, maybe even your snow gear when you go to Park City, you can shove it in here. This is the pool suite. This is really one of the best views overlooking the pool, complete access to your hot tub, which, by the way, it is heated and salted pool, and there's so many other features about it, which I'll show you momentarily, but this is the bedroom. So technically, you can have your bed here coming out this way. You can have even a little seating area there or a bench. You do also have a little kitchenette. The previous owner actually had designed it so you always feel like you're living in a hotel. So you have your mini fridge there, so you don't have to worry about going to the kitchen. You have your little sink. You can have even a little coffee station over here. And as I mentioned, your closet, again, all built-ins. And over here is your bathroom. So everything is white and blue. The blue in here truly reminds me of the ocean. So you have your dual sink there with a white vanity. You have your beautiful blue tile, large mirror. And then right over here is your walk-in shower with a bench there, glass door, chrome hardware. And I like how they did the combo of the blue here with a light gray tile over here. Now let's go ahead and check out the Oasis. All right, welcome to your sanctuary. This is truly where you come and relax and you can forget all about your stress, your worries, your problems. This area here to my left with all those trees, those are actually fruit trees. You have so many different varieties from lemon, lime, your star fruit. In fact, this property also has a mango tree. Right over here is your pool. I mentioned it's salted, heated, and what's great is you have so much space for lounge chairs, dining room tables. Really, you can just hang out over here. And then you also have an outdoor shower. What's really cool is you have a spectacular view of the moon every single evening, so you really feel like you are transported elsewhere. Now, the pool itself, salted and heated. The hot tub, everything is pretty much automated. So you can do it from your phone where, say you're out, you're coming back after dinner, and it's in winter time, you want to jump in the hot tub. You can actually program it and turn it on so the hot tub is ready for you when you get here. Now, there are three really cool features aside from just this zone that I want to show you. Right over here is going to be an outdoor gym area. The owner had this installed. It's right through this pathway. I bet you didn't even see it earlier in the footage, did you? So you're going to walk through here, completely screened in. Come on in. This is very spacious, very large. The owner had equipment all throughout. You can even end up putting a television there, have music blasting, blaring, turn on the fans and lights, and get your workout in. As I mentioned, the mango tree, and right now it is mango season. They are dropping every single day, and this looks like a good one. A couple things to point out, they do have additional storage unit there for your cushions for your outdoor furniture. The roof was actually done about 2 years ago as well. And then the current owner, he upgraded the cast iron pipes, the plumbing, with a PVC lining. That's kind of the newer technology in our area, so that way you don't necessarily have to dig up the plumbing and completely replace it. So that's already done. And he also had a complete water filtration system installed for the entire home. Those doors, to point out in reference to where we are, that is the actual pool suite or the primary bedroom. Now right over here is the gazebo. So you can end up putting a dining room table, you can have outdoor furniture, hang out like an outdoor living room area under the shade, and you can even close off these mosquito nets so you're completely enclosed. You do have the chimney right behind me. As you can see, it would be wood burning fireplace you can have, and then even a mount if you want to put a television screen. Now what's really cool is this new feature the current homeowner put. This is an outdoor sauna. So maybe you want to just come relax, or even after your exercise, this is where you can come and feel like you are in your very own spa. All right, and then this way, one of the amazing features about the home also is it does have its own generator, and it is hooked up to the gas just like the dryer is. Here is your water heater for your pool. But what's really nice is you don't have to worry about if there were to be a hurricane, if there's a power outage, you have it right here. And then talking about the storage, I know I mentioned the house has a lot of storage. If you have more crap than before, this is where you would keep it all. You can actually even have your landscaping stuff, you know, your body boards, maybe even your golf cart actually, because it is 2 doors there, and then you have the windows completely surrounding. Now, as I mentioned, there's a pathway that completely goes around, so truly we're coming back to the front, the driveway area. What's really nice about this neighborhood is you can park a boat on a trailer. I believe it is up to either 21 feet or 23 feet, but this is where you can have it and it doesn't disrupt you having your vehicles in this driveway. And you could realistically park about 10 vehicles easily just along here with 2 additional here, or you can end up having the boat. If you are interested in purchasing this home, go ahead and reach out to me directly.